Okay guys, let's get started. You see I've already done my brows and I have already done my priming and moisturizing of my skin. So I'm just going in, starting off by color correcting my skin. I'm just using a damp beauty blender and I am blending this orange color out. This is the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the orange shade that they have. Okay, so now I'm going to take my e.l.f. translucent powder, that same beauty blender that I was using before, and I'm going to pack this into my skin. Make sure that your beauty blender is damp, and if you have oil control problems like I do, this is a good step to use. I got this from Jackie Aina on YouTube, and it has been working wonders for me. I'm also going to take this and I'm going to pack it on top of the concealer I use to prime my eyelids to make sure that my eyeshadows are going to blend in good. Okay, so now I'm going to use the Maybelline Dream Pure BB Cream. And I love using this product on days that I don't want to use foundation or I don't want my makeup to feel as heavy on my skin. This product is very lightweight and it gives you somewhat of a medium coverage, and it also treats acne as well. I have acne prone skin, so this is something that I like to use because I know it's not just going to be sitting on top of my face, but it's going to be treating my skin as well. And I'm using my Real Techniques brush to blend this in all over my face. You want to make sure that you get this blended in very well, and you want to also not just work it in over your face, but into your neck as well. Okay, going into the 24G Glam Slam palette by Morphe, I'm taking the color Frenchie, and I'm going to put this into my crease with a fluffy blending brush by BH Cosmetics. I'm just using circular motions, blending this into my crease, and this is going to go in as our first transition shade. I'm just packing this color on, and the colors that I'm going to use after this are going to have a nice gradient effect because of this color. Okay, going back into that same palette using the color Glitz. I'm using my same BH Cosmetics blending brush. I'm just using the same circular motions with this pink color over top of that last transition shade that we used. This was a pretty pink color, so for Valentine's Day, I thought this would be a nice shade to use in the crease. And this palette is bomb, you guys. The colors are very pigmented and I had no issues at all blending these colors out. And so if you're looking for a nice palette to use that has some warm earthy tones in it with some shimmers, this is a good one to use. Going into another Morphe palette I have, this is the 39A. I'm going to be using the red color Snatched, and I'm going to put that deep in the crease as well with the same blending brush. And this is just going to really bring out that pink color that we used before, but that red is just going to give it an extra pop. And as you can see, I'm just working this into my crease, circular motions. And again, you want to use as much color as you desire. As much as you want that color to pop, that's going to be how much color you use. If you want it to be subtle, you won't use as much. So this is what we're working with so far. Okay, going back into that same palette, I'm using the color Frame, and I'm using a pencil brush by BH Cosmetics to work this deep into my crease. So unlike before, we're not blending this all around our crease. We're just going deep into the crease with this color, and you want to make sure that you work it in very well. And this color is going to be the start of our dark colors for this eyeshadow look. So as you can see, I'm just going back and forth using swiping motions to blend this deep into my crease. Going back into that same palette, I'm using the color Expression, which is a deep purple color. With that same pencil brush, I'm going into my crease with this color. And I'm just making sure that I'm working it in very well, using swiping motions deep in the crease. And I'm going to do this on both sides. So as you can see here, the eyeshadow look is beginning to come together. And this was a very pretty deep purple color. It wasn't too dark, so I thought this would be a good transition color to use for our dark colors. So I'm going back in with my fluffy blending brush and I'm just making sure that all of these colors are blended in well together. You always want to make sure that after you use colors that are darker than the ones you used before, that they're blended in very well and you don't have any harsh lines. Using the same 39A palette, I'm going into Muse and I'm just packing this on to my outer corner. And this color, which is a black, is going to give this the smoky look that we're looking for. And I'm just being careful to make sure that I stay on my outer corner with this color. And I'm just checking to make sure I have the intensity I need. Now going into the other side, I'm just repeating the same thing that I did. And as you can see, I'm taking my blending brush and I'm just gently working that into my outer crease as well. Here, I just went back into that color and I'm just making sure that I have the desired deepness with this black that I'm looking for. Using a more dense blending brush, I'm going into that pink color we used and I'm just making sure that that black did not create any harsh lines and that it's not overpowering this look. So when you're using dark colors like this, you want to make sure that you not only blend out the harsh lines, but you want to make sure that the colors you used before are not lost after you used a deep color like this. So here I just went back in with my fluffy blending brush and I'm just making sure that everything is just blended in very good. Now I'm going to take a packing brush, spray some setting spray, going into this color Glossy, which is on the 24G palette, and I'm going to pack this onto my lid. This color is kind of like a purple shimmer color, but it's more of a lavender purple color. So it's going to bring out our lid a little bit against that black color. Now I'm taking that dense blending brush again and I'm going back in to make sure that we don't have any harsh lines since we just added a new color. And you want to go in and just gently blend in those colors to make sure that it's not muddy looking and it's not harsh looking. Now, taking my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Cafe, we're going to start highlighting. So we're going to go down the bridge of our nose, our cupid's bow, under our eyes, and an important step that you want to take when you're highlighting after you have done a look like this is that the line is very straight and very clean outside of where we did those deep colors. We're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Put a little bit of that on our forehead, and now I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in Tan Sand. This color is a little bit brighter, so I like to use this just to give it a little bit more of a brighter highlight. And so we're going to take our Beauty Blender with the setting spray, and we're going to blend this in. Taking the Sacha Buttercup powder, I'm going to set under my eyes, everywhere that we highlighted, down the bridge of my nose, the cupid's bow, and then we're going to let it bake. Now going in with my Fenty Matchstick and Espresso, we're going to contour. So as you can see, I'm taking this alongside my cheekbones, my forehead, and then I'm going to put a little bit on my jawline. And after I get done applying that, I'm going to go in with my ankle stiffling brush, and I'm just going to make sure I get that blended in very well. Now we're on our forehead, and we're just making sure that we're getting this blended in very, very well. Going in with a e.l.f. powder brush, we're just sweeping away that under eye setting powder. Taking this pencil brush, I'm going to contour my nose with this BH Cosmetics contour palette. Just making sure that we take our time to contour our nose because contouring can be a little tedious sometimes. Taking my L'Oreal True Match powder in Cocoa, I'm going in and I'm setting the rest of my face, which is every other area on my face other than the highlighted areas. When you go in and you set the rest of your face, you also want to make sure that you're blending everything together seamlessly. Using the Tartiest contour palette, I'm going to go in with the next to darkest shade and I'm just going to set my contour. And I'm also using that same angled stippling brush and I'm just making sure that I'm blending this in very well. Using the Master Chrome highlighter by Maybelline, I'm going in with a fan brush and I am highlighting my cheekbones. I'm also going to go over the bridge of my nose and my cupid's bow just so lightly because remember this product is very pigmented. Using my NYC Eyeliner Pencil, I'm just lining my waterline with that. One of the easiest things you can do when doing your makeup. Going in with the Kat Von D ink tattoo, I'm going to line my top lid. And just remember, take your time while doing this. Eyeliner is looking good. So now I'm going to go into my Beauty Glazed palette and I'm going to use the color Crystal. And I'm using a packing brush and I'm going to blend this in on top of my brow bone. And you want to be sure not to get a whole lot of color because if you use a whole lot of color, then your brow bone is going to be too bright. Going back to my brows for a second, I'm using the Sonia Kashuk pencil and I'm just using this light brown color to fill in the very beginning of my brows so they don't look too dark. Using the Colossal Big Shot Mascara by Maybelline, now I'm going to go in and put mascara on my top lid, putting some on my bottom lid, but being very careful. We don't want to get it anywhere else on our face. Repeating the same thing on the opposite side as well. And after this, we're done. So here's the finished look, and as you can see I did lashes and lips off camera, but if you would like to know what I used, just let me know in the comments down below. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in again, and I'll see you next time.